I've told you about action figures that come with discs. Well, today I'm going to tell you about action figures that came with VHS tapes. A few weeks ago, I told you about action figures that came with floppy disk or CD-ROM. Hey, that's a disc also. CD, that's what the D stands for. And today we're going to look at some action figures that came with big, bulky VHS tapes. Yes, can you believe they packaged action figures with VHS tapes? I'm not talking about you bought a VHS movie and you got a free action figure along with it. We're talking action figure lines and they threw in a free VHS tape. What's on these tapes? I couldn't really find out. I thought I would go to YouTube and each one I could find, but I really couldn't. But most of these are based on cartoon shows, so I'm pretty sure they probably just took one cartoon episode and threw it on this tape. Most of them wasn't like hour-long tapes or anything, like 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes at the most. And it was a way probably, and if there was more than a cartoon on it, it was probably to show you the other figures you could buy online, a commercial maybe for the figures or something. I never had any of these. I've had some figures that came with discs, but I never had any that came with VHS tapes. And a lot of these seem to be overseas. We're going to look at some from Japan and some from Argentina. Wherever that is. I think it's near Tupelo, Mississippi, but I'm not really sure. Now, this wasn't as big of a thing, I don't think, as the disc was, because I could find a lot more that came with a disc, a floppy disk, or CD-ROM. Here I only could find about 13. Might be more of them, but they are, let me know. But let's dig into it. And we'll start here with the dummy of all dummies, Ted's Crash Dummies. Now, this is Ted here, but you could get the other ones in the line, or some of them that came with this tape. But you can see, you get a free videotape, and you get a bonus. You get to save up to $3. I guess there's a coupon inside. 22-minute computer animated video right there. So it's just an episode. It's probably something. Maybe if it's not an episode that aired on TV of the cartoon series, maybe it's one they're like, this ain't good to air on TV. Just throw it on a video and give it to kids. But it's probably some safety stuff also because this is Crash Test Dummies. Not that Crash Test Dummy. Let's look at another one, dummy. How about this one? G.I. Joe, remember Sergeant Savage? Yeah, again, there was different figures that came with this. We're just looking at this one here. There was no reason to look at each one because they all look the same, so different figure. But this says a free video. Let's see what it says. I have to lean into this one. 22 minutes animation. So they're not really long, just one episode. But there it is, G.I. Joe. So you got your figure, you played for the day, you're tired, you're playing with G.I. Joe, you pop in your videotape, then you can watch some G.I. Joe after you played with it. How about this one right here? Magic Troll and Troll. I don't really know what this is. I know it's based on that troll character with the big hair. It looks like Don King and everything. I get that. But I never watched. I'm going to lean into this one too. Oh, man. Why is the text so small? Text is so small. It's probably just a cartoon. So there's no reason to be leaning in on this one. But Troll, did you have it? I don't know about this one right here. Terminator 2. This is another one that wasn't released in the U.S. This is the one that was released in Argentina. And Terminator 2. Ours were released by Kenner without a videotape. But here it is, Terminator. And this is like a making of the Terminator. Yeah, you get to see people make the Terminator. You're like, how did that little redheaded kid get a mullet? Wasn't he on Different Strokes? Well, that's probably all answered in this videotape. It's a making of him. You can tell by the spools on the videotape. It's not long. 20 minutes maybe, 20 minutes, you might be stretching it right there. And there it is. I'm going to be honest with you. As a toy collector, it would be kind of cool to find a whole set of the Terminator ones with the tape on it, just because it's so odd. It gets people going, A lot of people would ask questions, what is that? I've never seen that before. How about this one right here? Max Steel. I don't know. It's out there and you see this like maybe in the 90s at the toy store. I don't know. I think it's probably based on, it was back when they was doing those really bad computer animation cartoons, maybe 90s. I don't know what it is. But again, I'm bringing it to you guys. Maybe you're like, I grew up on Max Steel. He's the coolest. He's rad. I don't know. Well, let's move on. I got nothing to say about it. How about Masters of the Universe? Now, this one here, it's kind of hard to see. They got the VHS all covered up. They don't want you to walk by and be like, VHS tape, I'm buying it. So they kind of hid it. But it says you get a free special video with purchase of Masters of the Universe figures. And I guess this is to promote their new updated for that time period, Masters of the Universe. Never really got into this. Classic He-Man is what I like, and the one from the early 80s, when they try to update it and everything, I just can't go for it. Just can't go for it. This one right here I never watched. I like a more wholesome, silly He-Man that gives me a lesson at the end of it. But again, you can't really see that videotape there, which is kind of odd. But they did redo this package where you could see, or did a variant of this package where you could see the video. We'll get to that in a second. Here's one from Japan. I don't know what this is, released by Bandai. I don't know what this is called. I can't read that writing. Trust me, I sat here and tried. It looks like a P and a J and an I and a U, and I sat here and tried to go, and I couldn't. Some kind of Power Rangers wannabe, it looks like. So I don't know. Maybe it's Dragon Ball Z. I hear all the kids talking about their Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z. But I don't know what it is, but it's a videotape inside of it. That's for sure. And here we go. I couldn't find one without the watermark image on it. It was on eBay. I tried. I looked around Google and all those I could find. So sorry about that. But here it is. Mars Attacks, Spy Girl. And it comes with a videotape of Mars Attacks. And this is actually the movie. This is actually the movie. If it's the full-length movie, it's edited down, I don't know. Maybe they did like the Super 8 ones. Remember it's Star Wars and Super 8, you get them on film reels, and it just highlights. I doubt it. From what I read about this, this is the movie. This is the movie. Now, this is, I believe, was released in Japan, and it's Mars Attacks. If you could find other figures from the line, I'm not sure. Every time I looked for this, it was always... Well, I couldn't find, this is the only, I only found like 2 pictures. One, this one here, it was a Martian girl. Another one that was a really bad, dark picture. It was also the Martian girl. But this is kind of cool. I love Mars Attacks. Doesn't get enough love. I love Mars Attacks. And how about Beast Wars? Now, this one said it came with a videotape. I don't see the videotape. I looked at the package, and I looked at the packages, and I found 3 or 4 of them on eBay, and they all said with videotape. Maybe it's on the back of the package. I don't know. I looked at the back. I couldn't tell. Maybe that package is a little thicker. It actually, wait a minute. It looks like it's missing the videotape. I can see where the tape's supposed to be. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, there we go, guys. I should have noticed. I don't know why, because I looked at that picture and said, it must be packed behind it. I don't know why I was, sorry. Sorry, I messed up there. But there it is. You can see it comes with, it's a computer animated video. I see that a lot on these computer animated video. They really was pushing that. So let's go on and look at another. And it's Spawn. Spawn. Remember Spawn back in the 90s? Oh, what a great action figure line. It was the first really action figure that really went after those adult collectors. And when I say adult, I mean probably early 20s, maybe late teens. But there it is, Spawn. Now, what is on this one? It says it's animated. So I guess it's part of the animated series they did, probably 1 episode again. Let's look at another here. Here we go. Terminator. This is like a vinyl figure, and it comes with a dang VHS tape or Terminator. The original Terminator movie, as you can see right here, the original Terminator movie is packed inside this. If you're like, I want to buy the Terminator movie. If you're like, oh man, I just got some birthday money, and I don't know to buy Terminator VHS tapes so I can watch the movie, or a vinyl figure. You're like, I don't have enough for both. And you walk in here, and you can buy both in one package. That is awesome. Check this out here. Another G.I. Joe, a little earlier G.I. Joe, with a very videotape with not much tape in it right there. The New Adventures of G.I. Joe is probably 1 episode right there. There's Rapid Fire. He's got his knee pads on. He's got to get to work. And there's probably a lot more figures that came with this, but there you go. What's it say? Revenge of the Pinhead. No, they don't. Revenge or something. I can't read sideways. Sorry, I can't read sideways. Here, I'll flip now. Now you can tell me what it says. Well, let's look at another right here. If the movie wasn't bad enough, the figures were pretty bad. If the figures wasn't bad enough, the movie was pretty bad. So this is like, can you imagine giving this as a kid, giving this to a kid for a Christmas present? Here's some crappy figures and a crappy movie to go along with it. Yep, this is the movie. This was released in Japan, and crappy. This is god awful. If I was a kid and I got this for Christmas, I think that's what I would do. I honestly think I could understand why you would do it. Well, that's it. Action figures that came with a VHS tape. Did you know any action figures did that? I forgot all about these until I started looking. I was like, oh yeah, I remember some of these at the store. Never had any. Anybody remember that? You're saying, Junkman, what else you gonna show me next time? What you gonna show me next time? Action figures that come with vinyl records? Now that would be crazy. How about action figures that came with 8 tracks? I bet I can't find that. I bet that didn't happen. Well, let me know, did you have any of these? Or let me know one that I missed that came with a videotape that I didn't cover here, because I really couldn't find that many of them like I could with the disc. Well, let me know that and more in the comments below.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.